Ever felt like you're being watched? What if I told you your phone might just be the biggest reality TV star and you didn't even sign up for it? A provocative question, isn't it? Yet it's not as far-fetched as you might think. In the age of digital revolution, our devices, unbeknownst to many of us, have turned into silent observers, quietly documenting our every move. Consider this. Each time we download an app, browse a website, or even just click like on a cute cat video, we're unknowingly leaving a trail of digital breadcrumbs. These breadcrumbs, in turn, become a goldmine of information for tech giants who are always on the lookout for the next big thing. They're the unseen observers, silently watching, learning, and often capitalizing on our digital lives. One such observer that has been under the spotlight in recent times is Facebook. Yes, the very platform that you use to stay connected with friends, share vacation photos, and occasionally engage in a lively debate on the merits of pineapple on pizza. But there's more to Facebook than meets the eye. Behind the friendly facade of status updates and photo shares, Facebook has been embroiled in a series of controversies that revolve around one thing: your data. From the Cambridge Analytica scandal to accusations of political bias, Facebook has been at the center of debates on privacy and data security. And then there's Onavo, an app that promised to protect your data but instead ended up being a Trojan horse for Facebook. A digital peeping Tom, if you will, that monitored user activity and fed this information back to Facebook. But why should you care? Well, because this digital soap opera isn't just about Facebook or Onavo, it's a reflection of a larger issue that affects us all. Privacy in the digital age. It's about how our devices, the very tools we rely on for convenience and connectivity, might just be double agents in our midst. Today we're diving deep into the tech world's not-so-secret love affair with your data, featuring Facebook and its arsenal of digital peeping toms, so buckle up, it's going to be an intriguing ride. Imagine downloading an app that promises to protect your data, only to find it's been gossiping about your app habits to Facebook. Enter Onavo, an Israeli mobile web analytics company founded in 2010. Its flagship product, Onavo Protect, was marketed as a virtual private network, or VPN, designed to keep your data safe from prying eyes. Sounds great, right? Well, not so much. In 2013, Facebook swooped in and acquired Onavo. The social media giant, always on the lookout for ways to know more about its users, saw the potential in Onavo's data tracking capabilities. Little did the users know, they were signing up for a lot more than just data protection. Onavo Protect, ironically, did the opposite of what it promised. Instead of protecting users' data, it collected information about their online habits and sent it back to Facebook. It was like inviting a security guard into your home, only to find out later that he had been snooping around, documenting your every move and reporting it back to his boss. Facebook used this inside information to monitor user activity and keep an eye on competitor apps. This was not just about understanding what users liked, but also about gaining a competitive edge. It's akin to a chess player who knows his opponent's every move before it's made. The data was invaluable to Facebook. It allowed them to see which apps were gaining traction, even before they became popular. This information was used to make strategic decisions, such as acquiring WhatsApp in 2014 and cloning Snapchat Stories feature in 2016. In essence, Onavo gave Facebook an unfair advantage, turning the social media platform into a digital big brother. It was a classic bait and switch, with users lured in by the promise of data protection, only to have their app usage and online habits monitored and exploited. Ironically, a guardian of data turned into a betrayer, selling secrets to the highest bidder. Onavo, the once promising protector of user data, had become a tool in Facebook's data collection arsenal. The rise of Onavo was, in reality, a cautionary tale about the dangers of unchecked data surveillance and the importance of digital privacy. Enter Apple, the digital neighborhood watch, catching Onavo in the act. This tech titan, with its reputation for championing user privacy, had a bone to pick with Onavo's data harvesting practices. It was like catching a fox in the henhouse, and Apple wasn't about to turn a blind eye. Apple swung into action, confronting Facebook about Onavo's sneaky tactics. The App Store, a digital marketplace trusted by millions, was being used as a playground for data espionage. This wasn't just about competition, it was about the sanctity of user privacy. So what did Apple do? They gave Onavo the boot, kicking it out of the App Store. It was a bold move, a statement that said privacy is not up for grabs. Apple's intervention sent shockwaves through the tech community. It was a wake-up call, a shot across the bow for apps with similar practices. But the reactions were mixed. Some hailed it as a victory for privacy, while others saw it as a mere drop in the ocean. Critics argued that it was not enough to just remove one app, that the entire system needed an overhaul. Apple's intervention was a wake-up call. But was it enough? It was a step in the right direction, a signal that privacy matters. But this was just the beginning. The battle for privacy had just started, and the stakes were higher than ever before. Your life, an unwitting reality show for Facebook and Instagram. Imagine this. You're scrolling through your feed, double-tapping pictures of sunsets and puppies, completely oblivious to the fact that your phone's camera might be serving as a secret window into your life for some tech giant. Sounds like a plot from a dystopian sci-fi movie, right? But in a twist that would make even George Orwell shudder, this has been the reality for countless smartphone users across the globe. Let's rewind a bit. We're talking about allegations that have surfaced against Facebook and its photo-sharing platform Instagram regarding unauthorized access to smartphone cameras. Yes, you heard it right. Your camera, which you thought was your private eye to the world, might have been turned into a secret peephole for these social media platforms. So, how might this have happened? Picture this. You're using the Facebook or Instagram app, and unbeknownst to you, the app triggers your phone's camera to open. You're none the wiser as there's no visible sign, no flash, no shutter sound. It's as if you've unwittingly become the star of a reality show, with Facebook and Instagram as the audience, and your life as the primetime special. The implications for privacy are immense and frankly quite alarming. In a world where we're already grappling with data leaks and privacy breaches, the thought of our everyday moments being potentially watched is nothing short of unsettling. Imagine your private moments, your unfiltered reactions, your secret habits all on display without your knowledge or consent. It's like living in a fishbowl where the glass is a one-way mirror. But it's not just about the invasion of personal spaces. This unauthorized access also opens a Pandora's box of potential misuse. Could these images be used for targeted advertising? Or worse, could they end up in the wrong hands, leading to unforeseen consequences? This whole saga is a stark reminder of the fine line between convenience and privacy in our digital age. It's a wake-up call, an alarm bell that resonates with the need for stringent privacy regulations and the importance of user consent. A reality show no one auditioned for, but everyone got the part. As we navigate this digital labyrinth, it's crucial to remember that privacy isn't an optional extra, but a fundamental right. And while we may enjoy the spotlight now and then, nobody signed up to have their lives turned into a perpetual reality show. The time has come to flip the script, reclaim our privacy, and turn off the cameras. After all, not all of us want to be reality TV stars. The public outcry was loud and clear. The revelation of Facebook's data surveillance activities sparked a wave of backlash, as people worldwide began to question the extent to which their privacy was compromised. In an era where information is gold, the realization that one's personal data was being exploited without their consent was a bitter pill to swallow. The backlash wasn't just limited to disgruntled users venting their frustrations on social media. The situation escalated to a point where regulatory bodies stepped in, echoing the call for stricter privacy regulations. In many ways, the Facebook saga served as a wake-up call, highlighting the urgent need for comprehensive data protection laws that could keep pace with the rapidly evolving digital landscape. In response to these revelations, there were widespread calls for legal action against Facebook. The company found itself in the crosshairs of several major legal challenges. These included allegations of deceptive practices and violation of user privacy rights. To say that Facebook was in hot water would be an understatement. In Europe, Facebook faced scrutiny under the General Data Protection Regulation, better known as the GDPR. The regulation, which protects the privacy of European citizens, threatened to impose hefty fines on Facebook if found guilty of breaching its stringent data protection laws. Across the pond in the United States, the Federal Trade Commission was also on Facebook's tail. The tech giant was under investigation for potential violations of a 2011 agreement, which required the company to obtain explicit user consent before sharing their data. The legal hurdles were just part of the problem. The bigger challenge for Facebook was regaining user trust. In the court of public opinion, the company had suffered a significant blow. Facebook's reputation took a nosedive, and the platform was faced with the daunting task of rebuilding its image. The backlash was severe, but change was on the horizon. The controversy surrounding Facebook's privacy practices sparked a global conversation about data privacy and the need for more transparency in how tech companies handle user data. This was a pivotal moment that would shape the future of digital privacy. The controversy sparked an important dialogue about privacy and consent. This was more than a mere blip on the tech industry's radar. It was a siren call, heralding a crucial shift in the way we approach data privacy and user consent. The tech industry found itself under the microscope, its practices scrutinized and questioned. The need for clearer data privacy regulations became glaringly apparent, echoing throughout the digital landscape. A veil had been lifted, revealing a realm where murky data collection practices had long been the norm. But it wasn't just about tightening regulations. It was about transparency, about fostering an environment where users are informed and their consent is respected. It was about redefining the relationship between technology companies and their users, shifting from a dynamic of exploitation to one of mutual respect, and we began to see change. Companies including Facebook slowly started to respond, adjusting their practices, making amends. They began to take steps towards fostering a more privacy-conscious environment. They started to recognize the importance of user consent, of giving users control over their own data. The controversy was a catalyst, pushing the tech industry towards a more privacy-conscious future. It served as a reminder, a wake-up call, that in this digital age, privacy is not a luxury, but a right. And as we move forward, it is this understanding that should guide us, shaping our practices, our policies, and our principles. What does this all mean for us, the users? After all, we're the ones who've unwittingly become the stars of this unasked-for reality show. The implications of these privacy breaches are far-reaching and can be deeply unsettling. But the question remains, how can we protect ourselves in this digital age? As we step into the future, awareness will be our first line of defense. It's essential to understand the privacy settings of the applications we use and the permissions we grant them. Remember, every app that requests access to your camera, microphone, location, or personal data should be scrutinized. Ask yourself, does this app really need this information to function? If the answer is no, deny the access. Next, let's talk about encryption. This might sound like tech jargon, but it's actually a powerful tool to protect your data. In simple terms, encryption scrambles your data into a code that can only be interpreted with a key. So even if your data is intercepted without the key, it's just gibberish. Many messaging apps now offer end-to-end encryption, meaning only you and the person you're communicating with can read your messages. Another practical step is to use a virtual private network, or VPN. This creates a private network from a public internet connection, masking your IP address so your online actions are virtually untraceable. It's like a secret tunnel for your data, keeping it safe from prying eyes. And lastly, let's not forget the power of a strong password. It might seem like a minor detail, but it's your first line of defense against hackers. Avoid using easily guessable passwords like password or 123456. Instead, use a mix of letters, numbers, and symbols. And remember, it's important to regularly update your passwords just in case. So, in this ongoing saga of privacy breaches and data espionage, it's clear that we, as users, need to take matters into our own hands. We must arm ourselves with knowledge and utilize the tools at our disposal to ensure our data remains ours. The future of privacy may seem uncertain, but by taking these steps, we can reclaim control over our personal information. After all, in this digital age, privacy isn't just a commodity, it's a right, and it's a luxury we can't afford to lose. So let's step into the future with our eyes open, our settings adjusted, and our data under lock and key. Because if there's one thing we've learned from this digital soap opera, it's that our privacy is worth fighting for. In this digital age, privacy is a luxury we can't afford to lose. In a world where data is the new gold, it's time to take control of your digital footprint. We've journeyed through the peaks and valleys of the digital landscape, from the rise and fall of Onavo to the revelation of smartphone camera espionage. We've witnessed the power of public and regulatory backlash, and the call for change in an industry where our personal data is often the price of admission. But what does it all mean for you, the individual navigating this digital realm? It's a reminder that your privacy is valuable and it's worth protecting. Be vigilant. Be aware of the apps you install, the permissions you grant, and the digital trails you leave behind. This saga also illustrates the need for change within the tech industry itself. Companies must prioritize transparency and user consent, and regulators must enforce stricter data privacy regulations. It's a collective effort, a call to action for all of us to foster a more privacy-conscious future. In the end, it's your data, your story. Don't let it be told without your consent. Thank you for watching, and remember, your privacy matters. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments. Stay tuned for our next video.